It's about time. Let's get into it. Yeah, been trying to get you for a minute.
I know, it's my bad. I kept flopping.
A minute. Listen, you already know who it is. It's Ashleigh Jadee.
We in the building.
Yeah, Ashleigh Jadee. So, anyway, you already know what it is. I'm Mr. Movie Nights. AKA Mr. MK. So, yeah. Anyway, we're gonna get into it, Car. I'm excited for this one. Been trying to get it for a minute. I'm not gonna go too deep into your music background because you've done quite a few interviews already, and people kind of know roughly, you know, what your background is and whatever. But I'm still gonna dibble dabble into it a little bit. So just in case they don't, just, you know, tell everyone who you are and, you know, what you do.
What I do?
Yeah.
Okay, so my name is Ashleigh Jadee. I am a director. I'm also a life coach. So I've been doing a lot of coaching lately. And entrepreneur, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
A bit of everything.
Tell them.
A bit of everything. I have my own production company, Dynasty Entertainment. And yeah, I'm starting to get into the film world now. Mostly in the music video world.
Yeah.
And now we're transitioning.
Cool. So, alright, let's start with how you got into directing.
How I got into directing. Do you know where you're going?
We're just going, bro.
Go straight.
Okay.
How did I get into directing? So it all started from photography. No, let's go way back to the beginning. When I was a kid, I used to just watch music videos all day long. Okay. That's it. I didn't really watch cartoons that much, here and there. And then there was MTV making the video. Do you remember that? Making the video, kind of, BTS type of like show. Yeah. I used to watch that and be like, I'm gonna do that one day. And forgot about it. But then during college I did photography, and I loved it, and then that's where it really started. From photography I learned how to self-shoot, and then I assisted the director. He taught me production, then I started directing myself. So it was like gradual steps.
Nice. So now you've jumped into the direct stage, but you took some time out, I believe. And when you took some time out, what was your thought process? Because I feel like there was a time you was producing music and then you kind of, I don't want to say disappeared, but you kind of just slowed down a little bit and then you started to kind of really pump it. Was the like Western time your kind of time to...
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I got mad disheartened. I did a job for Lady Leshuur.
Yes.
And I remember the video got canned. Do you know what canned means?
I'm assuming... Not
released.
Yeah.
Because it was called Time Bomb, and then the Manchester bombings had just happened. So they were like, we can't release this. Yeah, they was like, we can't release it.
Yeah.
But that broke my heart, and I think I'd had like a bad experience on the shoot before that one. So I was just like, do you know what? Forget this. I just didn't feel respected. I don't like that.
But
and appreciated. So.
Wait. So let's stick on. You didn't feel appreciated and you didn't feel respected. So, but the video that got canned wasn't necessarily anything to do with your ability, though, was it?
No, it wasn't.
But you still kind of took it.
I took it a little personal.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and obviously when you're like coming up in the game, in anything, in any field, when you're coming up, it's like people always like play you.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So the shoot before had a lot, like I just had bad experiences with people and how they were treating me.
And touch on your mentoring a little bit later, but your mentoring, I'm not saying you're strictly doing women, but you're mentoring a lot of women at the moment. Is that was that your plan? Is that your...
what, just to aim for women?
Yeah.
No. No. There's a lot of ways as well. There's loads of ways, but yeah, the girls, I don't know, I guess because you probably see me like with them a bit more.
Yeah, I do,
because I've got like one or two of them that follow me and film me for stuff.
Yeah. I met someone, I met one of them yesterday actually. She was like...
Jess?
Honestly, I didn't get her name.
What she look like?
White girl, kind of like long hair.
Yeah, Jess.
Yeah. She was like...
She's literally the younger me.
Yeah, because she was like, I saw you, Ash, you come to the event that's last saw you at.
Which one was that?
The one where Regina King was at.
Oh, the Netflix.
Yes, Netflix. Yeah. So she's like, I know you've been.
Oh, she's got good memory.
This is what I'm saying. She's like, yeah, I see your thing. You come and say hello to Ashleigh. I was like,
you know, she went to that event yesterday by herself with just her camera.
Yeah,
that's
she did. Yeah, she was there. She was soldiering it, blood.
Yeah,
like she was cutting through. Yeah, she was on her job, man. Like, she was probably doing her thing. And then,
Love Jess.
yeah, so she's on her job. So yeah, so back to the mentoring. So, how did you get through those disheartened situations?
I became successful.
Obviously.
And that's the best revenge.
Obviously, but obviously mentally wise, because a lot of people are coming in a game and their stuff might get canned, or especially the women, they might not necessarily get treated the best way possible. How did you overcome those situations or those feelings that you had in your head?
Do you know what? It just took a lot of like inner work. So I went to therapy. But it wasn't even because of industry stuff. It's just like personal. I just never felt happy, never felt like, I just wasn't feeling good. So I actually started going therapy.
How was the therapy? Because a lot, especially black people, therapy or counselling is something that they're not trying to mess with. Yeah.
Honestly, it's the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah. I'm
sad now because I've outgrown my therapist. So I'm like,
is it?
Need to find a new one. But like, I miss her.
Yeah.
But it's just that
there's not much more you can.
I've fulfilled my purpose with her.
Okay.
But honestly, I always say to people, you should do therapy. It's like the best investment, and I feel like it's like the best form of self-love in a way.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Like, it takes a lot. It's not easy. Having to do the work is not easy. But I was in therapy for like since 2015. I started going, and I had a session with my therapist maybe last year, like once.
Yeah.
So, a long time, but I'd say I was in there heavy around like 2017.
Yeah.
Changed my life. So yeah, just doing the inner work, doing all the personal development, learning not to take things too personal.
And that's job wise or in life?
In life.
Okay.
Try not to take things personal. You still have your moments. So
yeah.
I still have my moments, but
even now.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, but just understanding that everything happens for a reason.
And how do you navigate that, not taking it personally? Like, is it like a count to 10 situation, or is
no,
it like...
I ain't got angry. I'm not angry.
Is it like, oh, do you know, I'll talk to you tomorrow kind of thing? Like,
sometimes it's just understanding, because nowadays everything's so instant. We feel like we have to reply straight away. So sometimes it's like just understanding, do you know what, sit with it and just think about it before you reply.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean? Like, actually digest the situation.
Okay.
And don't just act off of instinct, you know? Like, take time, and just, because sometimes we just be overly talking and there's no reason to talk. Like, just take your time, think about it before you reply. I'm not an angry person, by the way.
no, but I'm just, no, do you know what it is? Because a lot of people, a lot of people don't know how to control that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you know, like, as in,
it's like self-discipline.
Yeah. So like the response, like how you respond could determine the situation. Do you know what I mean? Every action has a reaction. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's good to know, especially someone who's, you know, been to a therapist. Did their therapist give you any tips? That kind of, so that's the only reason why I was like, not saying Rashi She-Hulk or something, like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Just wilding out, like, you know,
not wilding out.
No, just wanted to know how a young person who's coming in the game can, you know, act more professionally, and if they do find themselves in a situation where they don't feel valued or feel disrespected, how would you handle it? That's the only reason.
I would say just take time, like, and don't overly talk. Just get straight to the point. But always, like, the best way is like through phone calls as well sometimes. Because text, you never really know.
Text can be really taken in so many different ways.
Because you're just reading it from the perception that you're
thinking about. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
of
like,
course.
If you're angry and someone says, "What's wrong with you?" They might have been like, what's wrong with you? Are you okay?
Yeah.
But you might be like, reading it like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, like, what's wrong with you? You dumb? You know? Like, yeah.
So it's literally all to do. That's what I learned as well through therapy. It's like people's actions have nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
It's just how, that's just their, what's that saying? people's like actions are a reflection of themselves or something
yes,
like that.
yeah.
So
something
when
like
I started
that,
to think about that, I was like, you know what, you can't even take it too personal because that's something that they're dealing with.
Of course.
Right?
How did you make the connections with the people that you've done? Because you've directed for a lot of people, a lot of big names in the game as well. How did you get to meet or get to direct projects for these people?
All different scenarios, really.
Okay.
Like when I directed Roddy.
Yeah. That was a big cosign.
That was a good one, man. When I directed him, it was the relationship that I had with my DOP, Luke Begins.
Yes.
So,
RIP Luke, because when that happened, I saw. Obviously, I'm not really in the music world like that, but when it happened, I didn't realize how much people he had touched. Like he was so
he was involved in
influential.
Like, everyone's
yes,
career,
literally.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Whether it was like someone like just assisted him, or whether he got them a video, or whether his production company like helped with the video.
How did you meet him?
So I met Luke 2016 in Atlantic Records. He was in the label. Yeah. And I was with Morgan.
Okay.
Keys. Morgan Keys.
Yeah.
Because we was having a talk about the video for Western, my first video that I did with them. And I remember he took me to this room and Luke was in there. And he was like, oh, Ash, have you met Luke? And I was like, no, like I didn't really know who he was. He was like, oh, yeah, da da da. Then he said, Luke, he was like, he's the one that directed Kano's P's and Q's. I said, what?
No way, I didn't even like you touched that one.
Mad. I said,
yeah.
Like, you did that. So I was so starstruck. I was like, yeah, I love that video.
Yeah, that was our Bad Boy video.
Sick video.
Yeah.
I was like, that's one of my favourite UK songs ever.
Yeah. Kano, one of my favourite MCs.
Yeah, so I'm like obviously asking him like, how did you do that? Like, how was he moving forward? Like, because there's times he's moving and you can tell he's not on feet.
Yeah.
So he was like telling me, proper breaking it all down to me. I was like, no, this guy's mad cool.
Yeah. And
then Morgan was like, you guys need to work together, da da da. I said, yeah, cool.
I love that, you know.
But we didn't actually work together at that time. We worked at the end of 2018.
So that's what, 2 years later?
2 years later, yeah. So like, what happened was, I was just having one of those moments where I was just like, I don't even know what to do next. I just don't know how to move next in order to get more directing gigs. Yeah. So I went to one of my mentors, Antoine Dixon, and he owns East London Studios. Okay. And Cine House, they're like a rental company. Yeah. So I remember calling him like, Anne, always going to cry to him, Anne, I don't know what to do. Can I just come and show you my website and just tell me what you think? So I went and showed him my website. He's like, you've got like the same video like 5 times on your website. You need to break it up. You need to shoot a girl. Then he had like a video coming for like this young girl, this young artist. And he was like, you should get Luke to shoot it with you. And I was like, Luke ain't gonna shoot this. And with me, Luke's big time. Like, he's not gonna do this. He was like, trust me, Luke will do it. He called Luke. Luke was like, yeah, I'm down. And then when I met him and we worked together, it was the most peaceful experience because I'm very peaceful. When I'm shooting, my sets are always calm.
I've noticed that about you. I've noticed about you.
If something goes wrong, I'm not even.
I don't think I've ever heard you even laugh loudly, like you know, like you're just mad, like you're just mad zen, like
I like everything just to be just calm, cool, and collective. Everything's gonna be fine. Nothing can go wrong. We'll figure it out. Do you know what I mean? Luke had the same energy as that. So us together, it was just like, you guys are in heaven right now. Like, don't worry, nothing can go wrong. So when I saw his energy and like just the way he was, and the way he really, I felt respected, even though like I was new to the game, and like even my position as a director, he never made me feel like, oh, this girl, what's she doing? Do you get what I mean? She don't even know what she's doing. Where other people had made me feel like that before. And I didn't like it. So that's why I knew I need to stick with him, because he's actually like, he makes me feel good. And he's patient. And that's the first video we did.
When an artist, especially like, let's say a UK artist or whatnot, and they ask you to go overseas, or you know, they're in another country, do they pay for your travel?
Everything.
They pay for everything for you to come over?
Everything has to be covered.
And is that your like requirements, or is that standard industry?
It's just standard industry. Like, if you're flying us out, the budget has to cover everything. Including our fee as well. and our food and everything when we're out there.
Speaking of that, I don't know, and I'm trying to work it out, but do you as a director have a manager or like a management, or is it just everything just you?
No, some directors have like representation.
Yeah, some sort of representation.
I have Luti Media that represent me, but I haven't signed anything.
Okay.
I'm on my Nipsey shit.
Of course, yeah. I know you love off Nipsey. Yeah.
I'm not signing nothing unless you can get me more work than I get myself. Because everything you see is for me.
Or you.
So it's like the only thing that there's a couple projects like the H&M thing that was a production company.
That was a big thing. Yeah.
And then
he's done a lot of commercials.
Is like directly, people come to me directly. Obviously Luke got me a lot of work because he used to always get me to co-direct with him. Yeah. So he helped me get to that status where people were coming just directly to me. So yeah, I've never really had a manager. No, I've never had a manager. But I would like to have an agent in America. Okay. Obviously now I want to get into films and stuff. Yes. I'm more open to an agent. But in terms of a manager, I have like a PA. Between me and her, we can make everything happen.
Is a manager and agent not necessarily the same thing? Don't they roughly do the same sort of job?
Yeah, kind of. But I feel like a manager, they manage your day to day. Okay. Do you get it? Whereas an agent's just managing bookings, and they're like, they might hear someone say, yeah, we need a director for this. Oh, I've got this client, you should work with her. Yeah. They get the booking secured and then they leave you to do it, and they kind of just manage that project with you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Whereas a manager, it's like, no, every day, like, if I need something, I'm calling you. Yeah. What's my schedule? What's this? What's this?
Yeah. So they was trying to run, like you said, run your day to day.
It's like having a parent, basically. When I speak to like managers, like even like Morgan, I used to ask him about management because I was interested in it at one time. And he was like, yo, it's like having kids. Like, you got to proper look after them, and like you have to tell them everything. You got to make sure they know where they're going. This and that. So So Chicago led to Roddy, because Luke was like, I'm going to film some guy in LA. I said, who is it? Roddy Rich. I said, what do you mean, Roddy Rich? He was like, yeah, I'm going to go direct him. I said, I'm coming with you.
Oh,
I'm coming with you. After Chicago.
Oh, so you didn't come back? You just went straight there?
I went straight to LA.
Oh,
yeah. He was like, do you want to come and co-direct it with me? And I just said, are you serious?
Wait, hold on a second. So you not like that, but you brought in Luke on the Chicago thing. But then while he was there, he was like, do you know what? Yeah, I'm over here. Started making his calls, and then he's got.
No, he was already booked.
Oh, so he's already booked to LA. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But because he saw how excited I got when he told me it was Roddy. Yeah. He was like, come and co-direct.
Nice.
I said, what?
So do you have that credit as like as one? Yeah.
Nice. My name's on the beginning of the video.
Yes.
So it's directed by Luke Biggins and Ashleigh Jadee. I was so
wicked.
gassed.
How important is getting your credits?
Super important.
Okay.
Yeah, because music videos, you don't really make that much money from it. So it's literally you're doing it to get credit and to build your portfolio up. Okay. You know, so like off of the back of the artists that I've shot, I get to do talks, and I get to do like going to schools and doing workshops, even my mentoring, because people can see who I've worked with. Okay, yeah. But I didn't necessarily get paid that much when I was doing those jobs. So this is how I kind of like make money from what I've done. Nice. So it's important, and then obviously you get more clients as well. Yeah. And then hopefully you do a good job, and then artists will recommend you to other artists, and then it just keeps going. Okay. So speaking of Western, you mentioned a couple of times. The video you done for them, when I saw it, which one?
It was the one where you done the Boys in the Hood, no, Menace to Society. You said basically when you was doing a certain scene from one of their videos.
Paid in full. Oh wait, no. You're talking about Cash and Western.
Yes, it was Cash Tash. Yeah. The Cash and Western. Yeah. You did the scene where my man hops out the car, something at the barbecue. Yeah. What made you think to add that to the video shoot? Because I'm assuming you obviously saw the film before you did the shoot. So what made you say, let me put that scene?
I honestly don't know. I just think of things. Maybe I'd watched Boys in the Hood like a couple of days before or something. Yeah. But I did the same thing with M. Honcho and Dave Small's Fun. I'd watched Goodfellas. Yes. And I saw that one take. I watched it first time in August as I was going to LA. So
what, Goodfellas?
Yeah, never seen it before.
Okay.
And I saw that one take, and I said, I'm gonna recreate that in a music video. I didn't know when, I didn't know how, but I'm gonna recreate it.
Is that that's the bit where he goes to dinner with the girl for the first time?
Yeah, and it's like continuous shots.
Yeah, and he's walking through, and he basically gives $100 to $100 to everybody.
Yeah, all of that. So I just saved it in the back of my mind and was like, I'm gonna recreate that. So I always watch films and I'm like, oh, that scene is powerful, I want to recreate that, but put my world into that world.
Of course. So
I don't know, it just, maybe I'd watch that film.
And you just mentioned something about Paid in Full.
Paid in Full, yeah, the Paid in Full reference. Which one was that I used? I put that in. So Paid in Full was in Weston's Night and Day video, the one we shot in Harlem.
Yes.
So Louis' scene when he's like parked up on the car outside the basketball court, that is the same basketball court that Mitch was parked up outside of,
where
Harlem.
Ace was playing basketball.
Yeah. So I wanted to recreate that same scene of Louis sitting on the car.
That's when he goes, I need some love tonight in the club. That scene, innit? Yeah. Okay.
So I wanted like all of that part. Yeah. I like putting film references into my videos, but sometimes people don't. It's like, if people don't clock them, it's okay, but I'll tell you which one it was.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like, the Cash and Weston one, people didn't really clock it. Yeah. But when I put up that reel, and I was like, the inspiration, and then when it came out, like,
that's what I saw.
You can see it.
I was like, okay, I can see it.
Did you clock me in the video?
No.
I'm the girl driving off in the car.
I saw that. I'm gonna watch it again, you know. I'm gonna watch it again. Okay.
Yeah, Cash was like, I'll be in the video. I was like, what? Me? I was nervous. I was like, oh gosh.
Okay, I need to watch that again.
Yeah. That was fun.
That's crazy. Alright.
Now I'm gonna start putting myself in videos.
Yeah, but listen, you're a director. Why not?
I put myself in another one actually. I put myself in the Lotto Boys one that I did.
Did you?
Yeah. Did it again. It was called. Yeah. Because it was like, we're shooting a video but then showing the behind the scenes of the video being shot. Yeah. So obviously when you can see me directing, I was like, right.
Okay,
I was so nervous. So I saw that camera, I was like, oh no, I forgot about this. I've got to be the director.
Just like, wow, now you're in front of the camera, hey.
And I'm watching the monitor and I can see myself. I was like, oh no, now I've got to really act.
That's
but it's good though. Yeah. Now I'm more confident to like be on camera, so now I don't mind it. But
let me ask you a question. When did you first fall in love with movies?
I feel like that's only been a recent thing.
Really?
I feel like it's only been recently. I've loved like music videos since I was a kid. Yeah. They've been my first love. Okay. And it will always be my first love. Yeah. But lately, it's more music. It's more movies and series. Okay. Yeah. But I think it's because now it's like, I've trained my eye to look at things differently. And in music videos, you can only see so much of the cinematic kind of feel. Yeah. After a while, it's too like poppy, or do you know what I mean? Yeah. But then when I start, do you know what I love right now? Euphoria. Have you watched it? I've started it. I haven't really got into it as much because I know it's kind of the cinematography in that. See, I would say the cinematography in something like Gangs of London was next level. That was good. Yeah, the cinematography in that, you see when they come and they were shooting up the farmyard, I said, whoa, blood. That episode was amazing. Yo, you see when my man jumped down from the roof and the camera, it was like, say like the cameraman jumped down at the same time the man jumped down, but we saw it from the other angle. I said, that scene is mad. I'm gonna rewatch that whole scene because I remember watching that and being like, I watched that scene. This is the best shootout scene I've ever seen in the UK ever. Facts. Like, 100%. I said, insane. You see, I feel like this is what you see, that type of film and that type of cinematography is what we're missing in the UK. Yeah. Because it's like, it's so on point and it's so not so like flat. There was so much angles and so much smoothness to it, but it was still very London, very cinematic, like, and very London. Yeah, the color grade was still beautiful. It was like, it represented our film. Yeah, because you know everyone has like a feel. Like I feel like French films, they have a feel. Yeah. They got like they shoot. Their stuff is beautiful. Yeah. I watched even a music video the other day of this French artist. Her visuals were stunning, but at the same time I was like, oh, it's very close to us. I feel like we have very like French cinematography and like the color grades and stuff are quite similar to London. Maybe it's the weather.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe it's the weather.
Because you can always tell the difference between
tones.
UK and US. You can always tell the difference
straight away.
But
tell.
I also do feel like I'm talking about from my perspective. I do feel like because my eyes been trained, to US. That's the type of thing that I like to see. So when I saw, very cinematic, and I know that I feel like the frame shot is shot in a different speed, frame speed. 24
frames. We shoot 25.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the difference.
It may be a slight. I'm not 100% sure, but I was told, because I asked someone. I said, "How come these two look different?" Like, when I first, and someone said it was because of their frame rate. But I was like, and then someone else told me it was because of their grading, and I was like, but one just looks very cinematic, which is the US, and ours just looked very almost but it almost looked like very raw, like very kind of like, it was weird. It was just something that just not as polished, so to speak. Like, and I like the polished look, which is why I liked Gangs of London, because they just shot in such a way that was very still cinematic, but still, like you said, British, but it still had that kind of gloss to it. Like,
yeah, it did, didn't it?
And it was still very like, I could have seen that barn scene could have been in any US movie. Does that make sense? Like, and you wouldn't have known the difference. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that is what we're missing. So I feel like if we start shooting our movies like that, in that kind of way, with those angles, like we can't lose, because we got some good stories. I just feel like it's just not.
When you say our films, are you talking about like our films, like our culture, black films?
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, because obviously UK films, like if you look at James Bond, they have that in it.
Yeah. No, so but that's a big our UK. Yeah, I didn't want to say like urban, but our UK kind of.
Just gotta say it.
Yeah,
the black culture.
Yeah, the black culture, like
this urban word.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I didn't want to say it. Like, but that is what we're missing.
But you know what it is? Yeah, it's just you have to. I feel like you have to understand our scene is very, very new.
Yes.
And a lot of us, pretty much all of us, are self-taught.
Yeah.
So it's like we're pretty much teaching ourselves as we go.
Like, as well, our stories need to be
elevated.
A little bit more hard hitting, because you could have, for argument's sake, I'll give you an example. A show called Money and Violence. They didn't have the biggest budget when it first came out. The man there was on YouTube, and all they had was a camera.
God, I remember it was so
Do you remember?
bad.
Yeah,
it was really bad.
But the storyline was dope, blood. Like, it had me gripped. I was like, yo, all right. The acting was a bit needy, because obviously they were just guys off the block, but the storyline was mad. Yeah.
It's the development of a story then that's missing.
Like, we
have seen a lot of the same.
Yeah.
We need a little bit more.
I just feel like there's so much other stories, and I feel like because we see one thing pop off and do well. So argument's sake, right now, let's say it's Top Boy for us. Now Top Boy is quite very hood in terms of for what it is, in terms of like the storyline and everything else. So I feel like because everyone's seen that pop off, now everybody's trying to do a Top Boy. Like, and
that's just the scene though. I feel like even from music videos, I've had people send me a reference of a video that just came out the night before. I want a video like this. Yeah. But why would you want something the same?
Why would you want something different?
That's the difference between us and America. We like to follow suit, whereas in America they don't want to be the same.
Because in there, and I feel like from that point of view, it's because in their eyes, there's no one in front of them, whereas in our eyes, so to speak, America is the one that's almost in front of us, who we kind of look to for whatever type of inspiration you want to call it.
Inspiration, approval, different things.
Someone needs to dare to do it. So someone needs to do a project that doesn't necessarily have like a rapper or you know what I mean. So because there is so much untapped acting talent in the UK that people are not reaching out and giving away.
Help finding them. You know, I'm struggling to even cast my short film.
Word.
Struggling.
Is it?
Because then it's like I'm in two minds. I want it to get views.
Yes.
So do I go with someone that is like more popular, like a rapper, and put one rapper in it?
Yeah.
Or do I just strictly go for just people that are talented?
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yeah.
Do you believe in your writing, in your pen? Like, do you believe the script that you've wrote is strong?
I like my script, but it's a personal script. So to me, I don't really care if anyone... Do you get what I mean? If people tell me, oh, it's okay, I'm like, I'm still going to shoot it.
No, but the reason why I asked you that is because if that's the case and it's a personal case, then who you having it doesn't really matter. In terms of like, oh, should you... I say do it justice and have people who can act, because they're only going to elevate what you've written. Whereas if you have an actor, if you have like a rapper or someone in it, they could kind of get you the views, but it's substance over quantity. So you want your project to have substance. So have people in there who can act, because then they're only going to take what you've written to that next level. I feel like that's what we're losing. Not saying that all rappers can't act in rare, but unless you take the time out. So we mentioned Kano earlier, so we're going to stick with Kano. And I don't know him personally, but from what I saw, he disappeared from music for a little bit, and in my head I feel like he trained. Yes, in that time that he had off, and then all of a sudden he's in Top Boy, and then he's acting, and he's like, I was like, yo, he fully impressed me. I was like, he can do the damn thing. Like, he had some moments, and I was like, yes, this brother took some time out to really
craft them skill sets.
Honing his skills, and he didn't just someone didn't just say to him, oh, come and like, I don't in my head I don't think Ashleigh Waters just said to him, jump in my thing for me, because you're Kano. Like, no, like, I'm assuming Kano had some type of almost casted to the sense where to see if he's the right fit, and he did his thing. Do you get it? Like, and from the first season of Top Boy, he was amazing in it. Do you know what I mean? So not every rapper's gonna have that ability, because I feel like a lot of rappers now, I won't say towards the end of their career, but towards the end of the career, they're starting to say, boom, I want to jump into movies and transition to movies because that's the most likely path. But take the time out to hone in your acting ability. Don't just think, because I'm a musician and I've done music videos, I can act. Like, it's not the same pressure. I told Michael Salami about it the other day, and I was saying to him, there's a reason why I felt like as soon as I watched The Intent 2, I felt like Gets was out of his depth. They threw Gets, and not out of his depth like that, because he obviously did it for them lot, like as a favor for them lot, to say, let me do it for you. But you could tell he was out of his depth, because I know the type of person Gets is. He's such a perfection. When you see him on stage, you see him perform, the energy's mad, like it's on level, and he's just dope at what he does. But in the acting world, there was a scene where he was in the hospital, and he just found out his child has died because of his actions. Now, if you had an actor who can act, who knows how to act and been doing it for years, they probably would have broke down right by the bedside. Now, because he couldn't do that, because he's not trained to do that, they had to then cut to another scene where he's in a bedroom and he's drinking and he's smashing up the place, because that was the only way for him to show emotion about what has just happened. Got it. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
You couldn't channel that.
No. So that's what I saw. That's what I took from that scene, those two scenes, because it just didn't make sense. Because no matter how tough of a thug somebody is, your first child has just died because of your actions, and your missus is laying in the hospital, you're gonna break down. You are going to break down at that bedside. And I felt like, had he done that, it would have made that scene so much more better. I would have been like, yo, that was brazy. Because it's not just about who can bust their gun and there's other elements to movies, to shows, and to scenes, like
to the character.
To the character.
You want to see different sides of them.
Right. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that's why. So I say that to say this: for your thing, in my opinion, go for the good actors. Go for the people who have been doing it for a little while. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because they're only gonna bring the best out of your project. Because I saw people that came out. I observe a lot of things. I don't say that, but I observe a lot of things, and I saw people come out of that cinema after watching The Intent 2, and people being like, "That was dead."
Really?
But it had nothing to do with the fact that you've had they wasn't saying, oh yeah, they went to see it because Gets was in it. They were just there to see it because it was The Intent 2. I liked the first one. I thought the first one was brazy, only because it was very simple, it was direct, it was entertaining, and Scorcher was hard in it. Like,
Scorcher's sick. I think he's really good at acting.
But this is what I'm saying, and
if he proper focuses on that, I think he would be amazing.
He's doing that now, because if you notice, he started to be in small. He was in small acts.
Oh my god, yeah.
He was in. He was in something else recently. So again, he's honing his craft. He's trying to do
it's like
others
as well.
Yeah, but then again, I feel
like you could tell from early Bashi was into the acting though. Do you remember him, Scorcher and Wretch?
Yes, in the Ransom video.
Ransom.
Yeah.
You could tell. You could tell.
But again,
that video was cold.
Yeah, but I have to laugh though, because Bashi in Black Mirror his accent was funny. But
Black Mirror, which one was he in?
He was in the one where they're doing the game show, and he was he's supposed to be like an American panelist.
The game show.
Yeah, and the guy they was in some sort of game. I can't even remember the storyline, but it was like he had to come out and do something, and he had to give his no, it might have been it was like Eurovision, like singing or something like that.
Oh my god, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
And his American accent was just mad, but
is it?
Yeah,
though, did you see that?
But this is what I'm saying, that in them,
that one was scary.
In them, if you hear he sounded like he was one of them US guys, like it was nothing.
And did you watch that whole series, the new one of him in it?
Us?
No, it's not Us.
I thought it was them.
That's it. That scene when he was at the table and he broke down, do you remember?
Yeah.
I was like, yo.
But this is what I'm saying, and this is why, for me, you see Bashi, he's taken the time to hone in his acting skills. He left the music, took some time out, started doing projects, no matter how big or small, and was just on it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So you have to remember, if you're gonna do this thing, like I know, man, like shout out Michael Salami. He's been in acting thing for the longest, and he does his thing. Like, and I've always said it, like, you see, the moment he gets that big break, that's it, he's gone. He's absolutely gone. And again, it's because he spent so many years, he's gone to school in America to hone his acting skills in. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, and I just think if you're a rapper and you're gonna do that, well, just take some time out. Just take, like, even if it's 6 months, take 6 months out, because you got the P's, and just focus on acting day in, day out, and just get the basics. Because once you do that, bruv, you can then only elevate from there. Yeah. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So
I wish I could be an actor.
Bruv, why not?
Yeah, maybe one day.
Why not? Some people.
I never thought I'd be on camera the way I am now.
Exactly.
So.
Fine, even look, you're trying to produce your own things. Bruv, give yourself a small part.
I'll be on like Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah. Give yourself a small part. Do the Stan Lee thing and just be a flower woman or be a delivery person. You know what I'm trying to say?
I would actually do that as well, you know.
Why not?
I'm gonna do it.
Why not?
That's sick.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, going on based off that now, at what point did you want to change from music to movies? Like, what point did you say, yeah, boom, this is what I want to do now, this is the lane that I'm being, and what made you think that? Like, did anything happen, or it was just...
I would say it was around like 2020, I think. I think just before lockdown, and definitely it was cemented during lockdown. Okay. Because I was watching more films. Yeah. I was watching more about entrepreneurs within the film world, like Tyler Perry, because I love business. Yeah, same. I love entrepreneurship. I love figuring out how to make money. I love starting things, like businesses and stuff like that. I love all of that stuff, but I didn't have to, but I chose to suppress it for a long time. Okay. So I could focus on my creative side. Yeah. But now, it's like, I started to realise when I was doing all the videos, people are coming directly to me. You know, like I'm paying out money for insurance, and I'm paying other production companies and giving them the rights and stuff. Well, not necessarily music videos, because you don't really have any rights like that.
Yeah.
But I just started to get educated on like the business side of the industry.
Yeah.
And it just made sense to me to start a production company. And then when I started the production company, I was like, I could do my own films and everything.
Of course.
And then own them, sell them to Netflix and all this stuff.
Yeah.
That's where the bag really is.
Of course, yeah.
Because during lockdown, I had like, all I did was watch Acclaimed. I'll be real. Acclaimed films and series, that's all I watched. So obviously when I'm watching these things and, you know, I'm thinking about like ownership and that's when it started to make more sense to me that music videos, you're not going to get no ownership. It's films.
It's weird because I learned ownership from music videos and music people and people like when I'm hearing interviews. So I watch like a lot of like shows like Drink Champs and stuff like that, and they say on a lot of them, like say for arguments, Prince was a big advocate of owning your masters and everything else. So that whole ownership side,
I'd say Nipsey actually inspired it the most.
Yeah.
When Nipsey died, and I was
for the younger generation, definitely.
Like when he died, and I was watching a lot of his interviews and stuff, he started to make me realise how important it is to own something. And then I feel like finding Earn Your Leisure was what kind of cemented it, because they're now teaching me how to. You see what I mean? Yeah,
because you see Nipsey, I wasn't necessarily the biggest Nipsey fan music-wise, like, but his business mind, and that's where I first fell for Nipsey. I was like, yo, this guy thinks
so smart.
So he's super intelligent, and I just loved how he spoke about business and owning your own stuff and everything else, and not falling into the trap of like the typical rapper and everything else. And I was like, do you know what? Yeah, I literally thought, who is this guy? Like, and you know, it's like he said something here, and it's like he said, I don't give a fuck what none of these other rappers say, but I'm gonna say it. You man are not moving right. You're not moving correct. You're just moving for the sake of moving. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, and that's when I fell in love with how he thinks as a higher level. Like he thinks
spiritually. Like his was on a different level.
Yeah,
he was on a different frequency.
For
everything.
It was, and it was just like, and that's what drew me into him. At what point did you think to yourself, I want to move from music to movies?
Oh yeah. So I remember I used to always talk to Luke about it as well. I used to be like, because Luke's been in music videos for years. Yeah. And he always used to be like, oh man, I just want to do movies. And I low-key like started working on my short so I could give him something to work on. Yeah. Because I knew he wanted to get out of the music.
Oh, so he wanted to also go into movies as well?
Yeah. He's like super, like the amount of knowledge he's got, he could, like, he was way too advanced for the music video world. That's why our music videos look so good with him.
Okay.
Do you get it? So it's like he's given us the quality of a film. Yeah. So that's why he was so great at it, because he studied it, you know.
Okay.
So I kind of wanted to get out of music videos a little bit. I just get bored of things quick. Okay. Even now, it's like I don't want to do music videos right now. Yeah. I want to get into something different. But in a year, I'll probably be like, oh, I miss a music video. Yeah, but so I probably want to come back and do one or two, and then I'll dip
your little toe in and just say, well, let me get a little,
So I have like moments in it where I love it, then I'm like, no, I'm a bit bored. But I kind of wanted to do the short film to just get us into a different world. Okay. Because a lot of people that work in music videos, they want to get into film. Yeah. But it's just getting into film. So I feel like it's quite hard to get into the industry because it's quite gated in a way. So we have to go and create our own things.
Of course, yeah, definitely. That's what I believe.
That's a way to kick down the door and get noticed.
So I feel like 2019, you was active.
That was the best year of my life.
I feel like 2019, you was active. Every time I see your social, you was.
When did we meet? 2019, no?
It was 2019?
Yeah, it must have.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. And you was actively everywhere, and I was like, yo, you are making moves. So let's go with BET Awards. You was
yeah, the BET Awards. Oh, that was good. Yeah.
How did you get to go to the BET Awards, and how did you get there? Like, how did all that happen?
So basically, BET Awards. I already booked a flight to Miami.
Okay.
Because I went to the Black Film Festival.
That was my next question. I didn't know which one came first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went to the Black Film Festival in Miami, and then from there I was going to LA regardless.
Okay.
Why was I going to LA? I don't think I had. Oh, I wanted to go and interview a guy called Corey.
Okay.
Who's a personal trainer to celebrities. He's a celebrity personal trainer.
Is that the light-skinned one with the like shaved head?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did I send you him?
No, I think I've seen him on.
Yeah, that's Corey. Yeah, Corey.
Okay, yeah.
So basically, the story. I've got so many stories within stories. So basically, how I met Corey one time. Yeah, I've gone to New York.
Yeah.
I've gone to LA and New York with some random kid. Like he played guitar, and he had like a rich dad, and he just wanted to be documented when he went to the States.
Yeah.
I shot a studio session with him. His management was like, yeah, will you come with us? Yeah, LA,
Yeah.
I'm there. So we've gone now. When we get to New York, we had 4 days in New York, and our schedule was so quiet. So literally they were like, yeah, do what you want during the day. Then they'd be like, oh, we just need you at this time. And that's it. So I was like, perfect. One of my boys, he's from New York.
Okay.
And he was working at the Breakfast Club.
Is that your
Joed?
dark skin brother?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
Royal Glam.
Yeah. Okay.
Shouts to Joed.
Yeah, shout him out.
Or I should say Dino. Not real name, sorry, my bad. Dino. And then basically he must have shouted me and was like, do you want to come to the Breakfast Club?
Is he the link to Diddy and them?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's the same body. Yeah. Go on. Yeah. We'll get onto that.
So, so he was like, do you want to come to the Breakfast Club? I was like, hell yeah, I'm coming to the Breakfast Club. I said, what time do you need me there?
Yeah.
He said, be here for 6 a.m.
How did you meet him?
Oh man. All right, so I met him through, I got so many random stories. So basically there's a website called My Come Up.
Okay, yeah.
And it was like a blog website. I used to go on it every single day religiously when I was sitting in my room eating cereal, broke, had nothing going on, just trying to figure out my next moves. I'll go on it to get motivation, because they used to upload videos like Warren Buffett's top 10 investment tips and Diddy's life success tips and all this Jay-Z on talking about this. So I used to sit and watch it every day, watching the same videos until they uploaded a new one. Then one day I did a video for YouTube. This is like before people were even YouTubers. Okay, yeah. So I did a video about top tips, the pros and cons of being a female photographer.
Okay.
So you know, since old, I did photography.
Yeah. Like at that point.
Yeah, I think I don't even know how old I was. Maybe 20, maybe.
Yeah.
And then the owner of My Come Up reached out to me and was like, hey, can we use your video as a banner on My Come Up?
So how did he see it?
I don't know. I said, how did you find me? Yeah. And he was 2 years older than me, lived down the road from me.
No way.
How?
This is the Dino guy, yeah?
No.
Oh.
This is my boy Leonard that owns My Come Up.
Okay,
so the blog.
Yeah.
I thought the blog was based in New York.
Okay.
These times it's like a young boy down the road in East London.
No way.
With the blog. So I'm like, what? So me and him connected now. He put me on the banner, and then on Twitter some boys messaged me and he's like, yo, I watched your video on My Come Up, it's sick, like I want to connect with you, I'm from New York. That's Joed. Okay, yeah. So I'm like, oh, I want to go to New York. He's like, I want to come to London. Yeah. So we're there like, oh yeah, you should come. Yeah. Like literally like a week or a month later he messaged me, he goes, yo, I'm coming to London. No way. I said, what? How? He was coming with the Haitian team for the Olympics. Oh, okay. So this was 2012. Yes, yeah. So I'm like, yo, when you get here, shout me. I'm gonna show you around. Yeah. So he come here now. I remember going to Westfield in Stratford to where my boys worked in this restaurant, and I was like, yo, I'm meeting some random American guy. I'm gonna sit out here. Watch out just in case. Like, we got you. So two of them, we used to work in the shop, they were coming out, they're like, you good, Ash? I was like, yeah, I'm good. Bringing us food and stuff. And then from there, literally I remember I took him to like, remember Faded? Yeah, no Faded. Yeah, I took him Faded. Shout out Jay. Yeah, I took him Faded, and where else did I take him? I took him to like Brick Lane. Just took him around, didn't it? Just hosting him. It was his first time in London. And then like, I think about a month or two later, I went to New York. So I was like, yo, I'm here.
No way.
Then he took me all around Brooklyn. We did the whole Brooklyn Bridge.
Brooklyn is big, you know.
Yeah, he showed me bare places in Brooklyn.
Yo.
Because I was shook to go there by myself.
Of
Obviously,
course.
he was from like those sides. So, so and then since then we always just like kept in touch. And then I remember when I first met him, he was like, yo, I'm gonna be Diddy, like I'm gonna be the next Diddy. And I was like, bro, you believe it, so I believe it right now. And then obviously, like, even the way he's connected with Diddy now, it's like,
I see you at the parties. Well, we'll step on that in a minute. So let's go back to
but basically I met Corey. Sorry, long story. I met Corey when I went to Breakfast Club because Michael B. Jordan came. And Corey was there, and then that's how me and him connected. So the reason I was going to LA was to interview Corey.
Yeah.
And then obviously I've got connects with BET out here. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna be...
Okay, so you linked, so before you went on that trip, you already got links with BET at that point?
Yeah, I already knew the people from over here that are in BET UK. So I was like, I'm gonna be there if you need anything. And they were like, yes. And then, they just put me up in the hotel and I was with everyone. And then...
Did BET UK put you up in a hotel while you was out there?
Yeah, so we were all in the same hotel and stuff.
Okay.
So, then I just stayed there. Yeah.
But hold a second, wouldn't they have already had somebody out there to do that already since they're at BET UK?
No, they asked me while they were still in London. And I told them I'm already going to Miami and coming to LA. So I said, don't worry, just like, obviously just sort out my stay in it.
Yeah. And then you just got footage for them and whatever the case may be.
Yeah. Okay. We have a lot of footage and they never actually released it, but me and Harry Pinero, we did mad interviews. Oh,
Harry was out there as well?
That's how I first met Harry. I first met, who else? Nella, I'm Just Bait.
Yeah.
Obviously Ashleigh Jadee was there, but Ashley's my boy, I've known him for time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we did mad interviews. We interviewed like Gunnar, everyone.
So they obviously got all that footage.
I don't know what they did with it.
So what? You just passed it over to them?
Yeah, I was like, because obviously you shoot it, you give them the footage.
Yeah, but I'm saying, don't you keep it? Like, don't you get?
I'm sure I've got it somewhere on a hard drive.
You must do.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig that up because Harry's. His interviewing skills, I was like, this guy is sick. I was like, yo, this guy's serious.
Yeah, bro. I like Harry, man.
I love Harry.
Listen, I ain't never met him, but shout out to Harry, man.
Harry's lovely.
He's a dope guy because he's like
lovely.
Energy's mad.
And he loves Meat Mill. And we got to go to a free Meat Mill concert. So me and him were
yes, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Lost my voice and everything.
Yeah, you was going in.
I was going in. It's so embarrassing.
Alright, so you done the BET.
I like how these questions, people don't talk about all this.
No, I did. I told you I did my research. I told you. Listen, I told you I did my research and you couldn't come empty-handed. You get me? So,
different.
All right. So you went to ABFF. That is American Black Film Festival.
Amazing.
It looks like it's predominantly in Miami, but I could be wrong.
I think they do base it in Miami.
Yeah. Because I was looking to go, but I think the year that you went, it seemed like everybody in the UK was going, and I feel like I missed out on that.
Yeah, it was the best trip.
Yes, because I was planning on going out there. Yeah,
Sebastian.
Seb was out there. Yeah.
Who else was with us? There was loads of people, but I rode with them.
Yes,
I just rode with them
because I knew that they was going out there. I wasn't not saying I was supposed to link up with them, but I knew I wanted to go out there because I knew they was going out there, and I just wanted to go to that.
Fair, it was only us from London that was there.
Okay.
Yeah, because everyone used to be like, oh, the London group.
Yeah,
and it was just us.
Okay.
Damson was there, but he was on the panel.
Okay,
which was cool.
Yeah.
And the people loved him. He started speaking. All the girls were like, oh my god. And then he shouted like, it was so funny. All the girls started melting.
Obviously.
Oh my god.
Isn't that? Yeah, trust me.
But he shouted out Sebastian.
Oh, is it?
So obviously, because he shouted him out, we were like, yeah, London in the building. Everyone's looking at us like, oh my god, there's more.
Listen, hey, you see Seb is...
Yeah, he's been in this for time.
Yeah, I interviewed Seb years ago, and I don't even know where the footage is. I think I need to shout one of my guys because he filmed it for me, and I don't even know where the footage is. But I filmed Seb and Michael years ago.
They've been in this for a minute.
Yeah.
I feel like I met him like 2015.
I think I was around that time. Yeah, I think maybe before that, because I had gone to. I think I'd done Miami by then, and I came back. I would say it's like 14 maybe. In my head 14 rings a bell. 2014 I think I met Seb. But I think I met him at like one of them events. Maybe like in Latimer Talks or something.
I met him at the Roundhouse in Camden because he was filming something and he needed a second camera.
Okay.
And I just pulled up and was like, hey.
Yeah. I love
like,
that.
Spoken word pieces as well.
Okay, yeah. Seb's been it. Honourable shout out to Seb, man. He's the person I'm getting on next. So how was the festival? Because the reason I wanted to go is because I wanted to see something on such a big scale because they had so many big names that year.
Yeah.
And so I just want to see how the layout was and how they pulled it all together, and because it was almost like they had a schedule for the whole time that you're there.
Yeah.
Is it all on like one sort of like campus, or is it like different buildings, different? Because
it's pretty much one campus. It's in a hotel.
Yeah.
But obviously they have short film screenings.
Yes.
So the short films are in different cinemas plotted around Miami, but they have like buses and like cars that can take you.
Oh, okay.
So it was so good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. They had like the speakers and the people that they had on the panels.
Listen, like, that year was mad, and I wanted to go because they have so many like different. They even have like classes, right? Like, I want to say classes, I mean like, you know, they'll have like introduction to like, you know, directing, to that, it was
so good. The director panel, my gosh. I walked into that panel.
Who did they have on that panel that year?
They had, I can't remember all their names, but I just remember the stuff that they had directed.
Okay.
No, I can't remember. But there was two that I was choosing from.
Yeah.
I said, one of these are going to know my name by the end of this. And I had to pick one in my head. Because I knew as soon as they say, cool, it's done, they're going to take them straight to the back.
Yes,
gone.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there the whole time plotting. I'm like, which director am I going for?
Yeah.